the question comes up a lot, what's the best way for people to get into VR? And it's actually really easy. You can get a $20 headset. The platform's called cardboard. They're sometimes made out of cardboard, but often made out of plastic. You can put an iPhone or an Android phone in it, download apps for free, watch YouTube and Facebook in 360, and start kind of seeing what it's like, and start kind of experiencing different things and seeing what works and what you like and what you don't like. In terms of if you want to do 360 video, there are cameras that are literally $350. Samsung makes a pretty fantastic one. There's a dozen companies now making very easy to use kind of point and shoot 360 cameras, and from that you can very quickly, very easily make something, edit it. All the same software that is used to edit traditional footage can be used to edit 360 footage, and getting it onto your phone is very easy. There's a bunch of software you can use. So in terms of accessibility, 360 video is actually extraordinarily accessible and very cheap. You don't have to get a $60,000 camera and edit on a $50,000 edit station. So getting into it is more about just trying some stuff and seeing what you like and what you don't like, and then starting to have refined ideas, and then buy more expensive equipment. So the two terms that you will hear constantly when discussing VR or immersive entertainment are agency and presence. Agency being the ability to do things that you want to do. I want to pick up that glass. You can, in fact, pick up that glass. I want to walk over there. So having agency in an immersive experience is basically, there'll be degrees. There'll be things I want to walk and I can't, or I want to pick that up and I can't pick that up, but I can pick that up. So agency is often referred to as not this sort of like on-off switch, but the degree to which the things you want to do are enabled in the experience. Presence is sort of that feeling that you are really there, that the world outside the headset kind of goes away, and you have to kind of remind yourself that you're in a headset. I would argue that due to everything about immersive content as it stands today, hardware, software, content creators, and even audience sophistication make presence almost impossible. True presence. I don't think there's a single honest person on this planet who has forgotten that they were in a VR headset. There will definitely be people that said absolutely they did, but I think there's too much between the viewer and the ability to completely disappear into the experience. We're going to get there. We're just not there yet. Anytime you talk about immersive entertainment, you're talking about something that is in its pre-infancy. So there's a lot of talking already about monetization, and distribution channels. It's a little early. There's not, numerically speaking, there's not a lot of people that are watching immersive content right now. And those who are tend to be early adopters and other content creators. So part of being at the very beginning of what is going to be a very large market is that there are not a lot of headsets. They are rather expensive, and they are incompatible with each other for the most part. And so content creators are making decisions as to what headset they're going to create content for. And right now, sort of any decision you make, you're hoping at best to have access to 1 million or so potential users that might give you money. So we're talking about a very fractured, very early stage market where the hardware, the software, and the distribution platforms are going to expand and going to combine and become interoperable. But for now, it's a little bit of a mess as we kind of work out all the bugs as a collective group. It's less about where we are and more about where we're going. As the headsets started kind of reaching higher and higher volumes and more people have them, it's going to open up markets that are a little difficult to predict right now in terms of which headset is going to be the one that makes the most sense to create content for. There is YouTube 360 and Facebook 360, but as they will tell you, almost nobody is watching that content in a headset, and very few are actually aware that it's even a 360 because they're mostly watching it on their mobile devices. So we're creating content that doesn't have an audience yet, in terms of we can't justify a $2 million budget for something with the hope that we will make $2 million on the back end. And that's fine. that's because we're talking about something that's not a market yet, but will be. And so the really important work that's being done right now is getting everything ready so that when there are millions of viewers willing to pay money for content to have good experiences, the equipment is high enough quality that experience is worth paying for. The content creators have been doing it enough that their sort of film school guesses of what will work have already been worked out, and it's now sort of executing at a high level good ideas and creating content that is exactly right for the medium. And this is a multi-year thing that's happening. There's probably tens of thousands of people worldwide that are sort of participating in that group effort to get VR and other immersive technologies to the point that millions of people will pay for it.